I believe they're actually
we're
going live now, yeah.
Connor.
So, personally, I'm going to be watching Def on this mid. I want to see if he gets shut down on the early mid or whatever, so... yeah. This is the ETF2L Week 3 Division 1 matchup between 425 and Hovercrabs. I'm Connor, and my co-host is Sean Beasley. Would you like to take this mid, Sean?
Oh, I'd love to. We've got Death sitting over there by his trains, and as the soldier bombs in on him, he gets some nice stickies onto the shit house there to stop a scout from coming in. But a scout actually does wrap around the train and push up into him, so now he's backed out into the choke. His soldier is under the point trying to get a good spam on him, but the scout and the soldier clean him up. Now they're sitting really, really far back on their point. They might want to just back out of this and keep their med alive, as they have the Uber advantage, and if they get their spawns, they can push back in. But that was a really good mid-fight from the blue side here.
Yeah, that was really good from them. However, 425 did keep their medics, so they have 100% Uber now. It looks like they're going to be rotating to balcony with their demo man. They do have people spawning now. They have 2 scouts down though, so this is going to be a little bit of a problem. Their flank is going to be a little bit open. So if that soldier that is walking through resub now plays this right, he might be able to force this Uber if he gets onto the balcony without anyone really noticing. And they've actually just got 2 picks onto a scout and a soldier, which is really, really good for them. And they've kept their Uber as well, which has just completely forced Gallant and his team to just run away. Well played.
That was very well played. Yeah, very well played by Gallant actually too, to just back out as soon as they lost those numbers. And now they have to try and force this Uber here, trying to defend the midpoint. They don't want to pop first. They want to have the better Uber so their spawns can come in and, you know, hold on to this and maybe push out with it. And it looks like they're doing that as they make the red side 425 fall out here, and now it's a reset and choke, but Gallant is down to 45 HP. Those rollers coming in.
Indeed, yeah. They did just lose MSH at first, and at first I was thinking, oh well, they have the advantage now, they could easily just push forward, but then they did kind of that. They didn't really push, but they did pick off Sid, who was also doing the same thing and overextending a little bit. Sid's only going to spawn in 2 seconds, so it's not really going to matter now. He's going to be able to get there in time, unless they pushed really quickly just then, but they're not going to do that. They're going to all be safe. They're going to try and pick off people in house. They're waiting for... they're trying to bait people into the house a little bit, and it might work because they are... the red team, 425, is actually sat right next to Haunter here, so they're trying to bait in... Both teams are trying to bait each other in, and it doesn't seem like they're going to really get a pick. They did actually just get a soldier. Kind of sloppy play from him, however... they're just going to push through into resub now, the blue team, Hovercrabs. They do lose 2 people. I don't know how that happened. MSH just got a 2-man, which is pretty good from him. And they're actually going to cap the mid completely, basically. They didn't actually manage to block it, but that was kind of...
There's a back cap!
Yeah, they're going to actually get the back cap. They might get the back cap? No, they don't. That was well played from red team. They capped everything, but they are really, really low now. If blue team plays this well enough, they will just kill everyone on the team. They are low themselves, though. The only 2 people that aren't low and are actually alive now are the 2 scouts for blue, and one of them is going to the spire, trying to block the spire from the soldier that's capping, and the other one seems to be doing pretty much the same thing. They're just blocking the spire. They're not really in a good position now. Both teams have equal Ubers again, but red team is in a better position if they just heal up to get onto that spire and do something, because they don't really have anyone defending.
Yeah, actually the only good thing that came out of that fight for the blue side is that their medic went down earlier than the red one, and they would have been able to have an Uber advantage. But when their medic spawned about 10 seconds ahead, he wasn't able to find anybody to heal. And now that Uber advantage is actually flopped to the other side. So we see 425 here with 75 Uber, and they're building pretty fast. Might this be... No, it's not Kritzkrieg. Alright, we haven't seen that yet. Oh, but the trap coming out from Mort. Oh my goodness.
2 soldiers down.
And now the red side have to absolutely back their booties up because, oh man, those blue people are coming out there with invulnerability. And it's just going to be another stalemate. So I hate to see these, but Sid, as I say that, is trying to get onto the spire and break this stalemate. He's getting a lot of cap time. He's not getting pressured at all. One sticky comes in to pressure him, and he's going to cap this before that scout gets. Now the blue side's going to try and get out there. Nice stickies coming out on the point, hurting that scout. Scout goes down for the red side. They get 2 picks, and they're going to try to push this Uber through choke. They've got numbers, but they have to get past this heavy and force the Uber out of the medic. The Uber goes for both sides here, and no flashing coming out from the red side. They do lose 1, and they're just going to have to back up and rebuild that Uber because that heavy just stuffed them right in the face and said, get out of here, I'm going to poop on your pancakes real quick.
Yeah, that was It was kind of lucky there that they didn't lose the demo when they initially pushed out, because Mort was on Stonebridge completely alone. He did connect with his medic eventually, but he got really lucky not to die there. They have a sniper actually on 425 now. They pick off a couple of people, 3 people in fact. So Hovercrabs are left with the demo man, a scout, and a medic. They have equal Ubers, but Gallant isn't actually building at all right now, whereas Dicker is. Anak's probably going to go main now and try and get a pick. If someone's silly enough to drop down, this is going to really work well for them, because they have a heavy to just completely take all of the focus here. And they don't have Uber, but if this heavy goes down, it'll be a little bit of a mistake, but I don't think he is. They're going to pull out now. They're going to have Uber before the other team, very, very slightly. If they push on this and use the sniper on main, they could do really well. And Anak is just headshotting things. He headshotted the pyro, pushed him off a little bit. If they push in on this, which they are on top left, and focus down the pyro quick enough, which doesn't seem like they are actually doing. The pyro does go down really, really late, but they're not really in a position to get on the point now. And the other team actually has an Uber right now, and they're popping it back, and Dick is just going to go down. And they're going to lose their demo man as well, and it seems like pretty much everyone else. That's a really big shame.
Very well played by Gallant there to get the Uber there. He was kind of keen. I know you European people like to say that. It's a weird word for me, but I'm going to say it too. He was keen to get that Uber, and we saw a little heavy v heavy bout right before it, and the Ubered heavy came out on top of that fight. It was actually really interesting to see them try to push that without their Uber. They started that fight a little early and got a lot of spam onto all their fragging classes. Their heavy was not 450 when they pushed in. Their soldiers were not 300 when they pushed, because they spammed right before the Uber. And you really need to have that health going in, because you don't want to have to keep your heavy Ubered the entire time. The heavy was he was juggled there by the pyro, and he could take that pyro down without the Uber at that point.
Yeah, I feel like he was just shooting other people for a while there. Like, he was focusing the wrong people, I guess, going for the medic just to make sure that he didn't get the Uber, but he couldn't do enough damage from that distance, and it just didn't seem like a good idea, really. I think if they had waited a little bit, made sure that everyone was healed, and they just focused the pyro quick enough, they may have been in a better position to get on the point, but they weren't really. They weren't in a position to get on the point or to go for the medic, which are the two things that they really needed at this point. Anak actually goes down on main. He tries to go for a sneaky little snipe, but that's not going to really work. Dick actually has 100%, so does Gallant, and the teams are equal, except Spicy is just really, really low at the moment.
Konr, they have to push here. They've just got 2 nice picks. They've got Noob, but they lose Spicy. And there goes all dreams of pushing out of this last point. And the last match you and I cast together, we actually watched these same 2 maps, Badlands and Metalworks. We saw Metalworks be played first, and that's a map that these teams are kind of shaky with. But as I'm talking, the Uber comes in, popped first by 425, and they are forced to split a little bit, and the better Uber comes out for the blue side there. And the Hovercrabs are just going to have to hold off as this push comes back in, but the heavy comes around on the right side and gets some nice cleanup frag onto their combo, and they're forcing them back out. 1 up now for 425, as that was a great hold by the Hovercrabs. They just hovered right on through there. They said, who needs Uber? We popped the Uber. They came back in, and then you just know, they just shot people. And they're playing everything right, trying to push out. And some nice cap time on the Spire. They're going to take that. And it looks like, we're not going to have any plays be made here. It's going to just set out, wait for that Uber.
That was well played from the heavy from Hovercrabs there, which was Sammy. But I also feel like it was kind of a misplay from the other team, from Death and Co, because they were focusing really, really hard on the demo man from Hovercrabs. They were trying to push him into spawn, and he actually got a pick while they were chasing him. And during that, they just completely ignored everything else and just let the heavy walk in. Now they're going to be completely Uber, like spot on, exactly the same percentage now. That slightly goes behind, however. They do have both of Uber now. MSH is on Sniper for 425. I don't know how that's going to work, because Hovercrab's actually pushing into mid now, and they're doing really well. They actually get a soldier there, and they get counter-popped, but they're not really in a bad position. They're pretty okay right now, as long as they don't lose any more people, but they do. They lose both the Demo Man and the Scout.
Oh, the bomb comes in! The bomb from Hovercrabs. Oh, not taking out the Met, though, but he gets him down to 18 HP. Everybody else is going to try to follow that up. That gets him nice stick. He spams them back out. Sorry for cutting you off there, but there's a lot of action going on right now. And looks like the medic is going to get away. That was some great movement by Gallant. He actually went down to 20 HP and just juked his way out of death there. And they're going to try to take over lobby. Smoke weed every day. That's the best name I've ever heard, but I do not smoke weed. Gets a nice frag in lobby. They've got the 2-man advantage. Mort down. No demo man for the Hovercrabs. What are they going to do? This is a perfect time to push. Sammy also just goes down. They've got all their people. They're going to move in. They're going to get some stickies on the point, and they are going to cap that flawlessly as the Hovercrabs are not able to get down to the point in time.
It seems like the teams are completely even a lot of the times, and then they just lose a demo on Hovercrabs or something else as well. It happened like 3 times in a row or something. They lost their demo man for no real reason. I'm gonna watch Sid on this mid, see what he does. He's going through the shit house at the moment. He's just gonna try and make his way through. It doesn't seem like anyone's really looked at him. He's got some free damage onto his scout, and he's just gonna jump around with his soldier bombing at the same time. Doesn't really get anything done. He has to go back for some health. 425 really did well that mid. They just stayed together, shot the same people, and pushed them out of mid. They do have equal Ubers at the moment, but for Hovercrabs, they actually don't have any soldiers. Mort is getting picked off again, it seems, and he's going to go down. And this is going to basically just mean that Spyro is going to be taken really easily by 425 because they don't have a demo man to spam from the balcony. They're going to have to be on last. It's not going to be the end of the world because Gallant does have 85%. He wasn't building for a bit there, but he's going to have it by the time they push in, and it won't be the end of the world, but they could have saved their Spire there if they didn't lose a demo man.
I think, actually, Connor, it might be the end of the world here as Death goes down trying to get into lobby. But they trade with Sammy, and they're going to have him before Sammy comes up. Not much to push on, but then Spicy goes down too, and now they've got a big number advantage. 425 see this, and they want to come in. They know their demo's coming. They pop the Uber in top left. The Uber is forced also by Gallant on the Hovercrab, and now they're just going to wait for this Uber to come out as they get some cap time onto the point. Smokeweed every day, gets some nice shots onto the demo, and he's not able to shoot stickies at the point and knock them all off, and it goes 2-0 in favor of 425.
Same thing again, I think. They lost the demo at a silly point. They had a chance to defend their Spire there. They could have been absolutely fine considering, like, they had 2 soldiers down, but they did have an Uber building at the same speed. They could have been fine, but they did lose the demo really early, and that wasn't really working. I'm actually going to watch Mort, see if he does anything on mid, and see if he's going to actually redeem himself here. He's doing some really good damage actually, and completely locking out the medic. The medic's staying in house there. He's actually with no one. He does go down eventually to a bomb from Anak, I believe, or maybe some spam, I'm not sure. But he did some really good damage. I don't think Hovercrabs were really following that up that well, but they're just getting out at the end, it seems, now, because Gaunt's going to go down as well from a bomb from Death, and Death's going to go down eventually, but this is fine for a 425. They don't need the demo right now. It's not, as I said before, the end of the world for them. They're going to get their Uber, they're going to cap the Spire, and they're just going to go into last. Absolutely fine. It looks like it's going to be a 3-0 to them so far.
See, now if I'm 425 there, I take that Uber right into last. They don't have any heals. I see that they're down 2 people. Who cares if we're down 2 as well? We've got a full Uber advantage. It's even numbers, you know? But the Uber is then forced by the scout. Who is that scout? Oh, he gets out through resub, forces out Uber, and now, like I said, you know, 425 just let them kind of force them. But the Roamer jumps in for 425. He's taken down really quick. Anik goes down. Nice play to him, trying to get the cap time. They're trying to get some spam in. Nice plays. Yangpai comes in, cleans up Ordinator. But both teams are losing everybody, it seems. 3 up for each side. And 425 has the high ground, and that's the spot that you want to be at as they collapse onto the point. And some Uber saws come in from the medic. What's he going to do? He gets the med, takes him down. Dicker is taken down by Sid, and Sid has made the hero play.
However, both soldiers are up right now. And he's on 27 HP. He's going to have to leave. There is a soldier up to help him now, so he should be absolutely fine. But what I actually saw there was both demos hitting some really nice pipes, but then Death actually killed himself eventually. It did enough damage to almost get the point, but Sid's actually going Spy. He's going for main at the moment. He's going to go for a medic pick, I suppose. But the medic's really far back. Medic's really far back.
Cam, Connor.
I'm on Spy Cam, personally.
I'm on the Spy Cam, Connor. What's Sid gonna do?
He's going through choke. He's just going to get spotted, I think.
They know!
They know. He's just going to go down.
Oh, they pooped on his pancakes.
That was really well played from 425. They just knew that was going to happen. Maybe Sid is like known for doing that in the Russian community or something. I don't know. Whenever I played against him, he does off class.
Same question, Connor.
It must be that that must be the case. Which means they're going to be equal Ubers again. It's going to be a little bit of a stalemate, I think. However, 425 do have a sniper, which is MSH at the moment. They're going to probably try and peek a little bit for a pick, and if anyone is Holding, yeah, I knew it. The demo was just standing still on top left. Didn't expect a sniper at all. Seems like 425 are just one step ahead. They're gonna just walk onto this last point and cap it without any problems. It seems they do get blocked by the Uber from Hovercrabs, but they did cap a lot of that. But they're losing 3, 4 people, 5 people, 6 people, and they get absolutely destroyed there. That was well played from the combo. Kind of unlucky that they originally didn't get the block on the point too quickly. They almost lost the cap, but it really well played from the combo to just pick everyone off there mostly. Good damage.
Yeah, 425. 425 really popped that Uber very early once they got that pick, and they weren't really able to keep them higher so they can get more cap time. So we're going to see the Hovercrabs try and muscle their way into mid. No team has Uber, but the Hovercrabs have a massive advantage, about a 65 Uber advantage, and they know that, so they're just going to stand on this point, stack it, maybe stop them from getting forward. And now 425 just kind of have to back out because they know they're at a massive Uber disadvantage. They're at a numbers disadvantage. Everything is bad. Probably going to see some sticky traps coming out of death. I don't know where there are, so we're going to go for the element of surprise here. The cap time comes in, nicely played by Spicy, doing exactly what scouts need to do here as the Hovercrabs take lobby. And we're going to see if they can pop a little later than their 425 brethren were able to. They cannot. The Uber comes out pretty early from Gallant, and now they're going to be stuffed out by this Pyro, but they get nice picks on everybody who's not Ubered. The Heavy jumps down to try and shoot everyone, and the Uber comes out from 425, and that's going to signal. That is going to signal.
He got reflected by the Pyro, and he ended up in the vent at the top of the point where, like, it's really difficult to even get up there if you're rocket jumping, I suppose. That was hilarious.
That's going to be the bad play of the day.
Sid's
Nicely
actually
done
gone spy
by the
again.
Pyro.
I think he's going to be expected to go spy, but probably going to go for a back cap if he can, if he doesn't get spotted. He's going through main at the moment, and they actually have a Heavy on the last. If this Heavy isn't mentally challenged, he should easily hear the spy when he uncloaks, and he's about to uncloak on last now. Let's see if he can do anything, because there isn't actually any cap time. It doesn't look like he even heard him, but he is in a position where this is going to be really difficult for Sid to get the stab, and there is actually a demo up as well. He's going to try and revolver him. He doesn't manage to do it. Of course he doesn't. Heavy's just going to keep it last. Looks like they're just going to cap the point. There isn't really anything except Mort trying to stop it, but Mort's on his own on choke. He's going to put a nice sticky trap on choke. Let's see if he gets anything from that. But otherwise, Gallant's on a massive Uber disadvantage. Dick is actually on 62% right now, whereas Gallant's only on 20%. However, he is actually building faster. Doesn't look like Dick is actually building very fast at all. He's just with the demo man. There isn't actually anyone else with him. So yeah, they're going to get the Uber before them. It looks like they want to push through, but they might lose people because 425 is really aggressive everywhere else. They're pushing into mid with Uber now, so it's going to be absolutely fine. They do lose a soldier, but looks like 425 are just going to keep getting picks because Hovercrabs are quite overextended. They're going to probably pick a soldier as well, which is in Valley. Yeah, they got him. So that's 3 people down, but they did pop the Uber, so Gallant now has 95%. He's about to get the Uber, but they are only 3 people up, including him. Doesn't really look like they're going to be able to do much. Maybe they're waiting for their spawners. They just had most of their team spawn again. They only have 1 soldier down. They're going to easily be able to defend the Spire, if not push back in as soon as everyone gets here.
Thank God they're actually waiting for their spawners this time, because we've seen in this game a lot where the teams aren't waiting for their spawners and they're pushing in with Uber, but they only have 3 people up, and that's not really a good thing to do. As we see Gallant taking a lot of spam to this choke, he's going to have to pop early, and the Uber does come out from him. And they're not really going to be able to get to the other team here, and
I think they're
pretty much just going to cycle this Uber.
They're trying to block probably the mid because MSH actually was hiding in shithouse and he's gone for a back cap. He's probably going to get shut down because he has a soldier and a scout on him. Yeah, he's going to die. But they were just trying to block that because they had MSH. He was sat in the shithouse and no one checked for the whole time that they were going past there. So he was just able to go behind. It didn't actually work for him in the end, but it doesn't even matter because the entire team basically from Hovercrabs dies. And Dicker has a full Uber advantage. Oh wow,
and it's
very
done.
well played. Jesus Christ, Spicy.
Incredible, Spicy.
That was great.
Uber is forced as well by Dicker, and Dicker goes down right after that. Spicy is on a freaking rampage right now. No, he got meat shot, Connor.
I think he killed himself afterwards though, because he said finished off, so... Oh, fall damage, okay. That does make a bit of sense. There's someone hiding in the house, and he actually gets 2 picks from the little hiding place in the house there. Really well played from Come Down there, or Smoke Weed Every Day. Annex gone spy. Let's see what he's going to be doing. He's going for the medic. He gets a side stab, doesn't manage to get him, but the medic goes down anyway, which means Dicker's got monopoly on the heals now, because obviously he's the only one up. And there's Sid alive, but that's it. Like, this is going to be an easy mid, if not Spire cap for 425 if they play this correctly.
But the back
Again?
from Sid, and he doesn't get it. Nicely done by Death and Yangpai.
Christ. Jesus Christ, there's no crits and yet they're backcapping? Like, what is this? This is the
You know, I'm
weirdest
actually
Russian
really
game I've ever seen.
disappointed. I haven't seen one crits yet. This is...
Yeah,
I was really excited for this.
same, I'm not gonna lie. I'm used to crits from these guys, especially Gallant.
Too much building Uber, all this nonsense. Look at Spicy just sitting there building back on last as they notice they have a big disadvantage and the cap comes out from 425. They're gonna push their way to lobby through the trash area. There are 4 people coming through here, so they're gonna opt to go into the upper door. They know they have to go very, very quick as the Pyro is sitting there waiting for them. Pop on the Soldier and the Demo. Which is not exactly a very good play, but they get the Pyro quick. The Medic is trying his hardest to get to the other side, and he does, to get those heals out on the other team. But he's not healing the Heavy, and the Heavy is taking some good damage. And it's 3-3 for both sides, 93 on the Heavy. 425 jumps down, but Sammy comes out, and he doesn't need any heals. Who needs heals when you're flanking as a Heavy? All right, that big fat play comes out and saves the day. And the Hovercrabs are going to have to try this again. The push out here. The Ubers will be a little even. Maybe we'll see our first crits here.
Hopefully.
We do not.
No, we don't.
Coming out of Dicker.
Yeah, he's not gonna change. That was weird. I was watching Mort for the whole last, and he missed like 4 pipes on the combo that was there, and then somehow managed to not die on like no HP right next to the Heavy there. He did a lot of damage though while doing that, and he actually took down Death, which was absolutely crucial for this last. If the Demo Man stayed alive from the top right, there was no one else there other than Mort to stop him, and he would have just basically won the last for that Heavy. He would have capped it completely, I think. But Dicker does have a complete 40% Uber advantage now, so he's just going to get the Uber, and they're going to push in like soon, as long as they don't lose anyone, which I don't know. I feel like they can handle this. I think they're going to push properly. As long as they don't pop too early, they should be fine. They should be able to push into this last. Sammy still is on Heavy, so they need to take him into account and push properly, and let's see if they do that. But they look like they're going to give Gallant the Uber already. Okay.
Yeah, they've given up the Uber there, and now you have to see some sack plays as the Heavy goes down. Nicely done by Yangpai, and they should be able to push off of that. But they're going to opt to wait and try to see another pick. Really low HP on their Soldiers as he's going to buff him up, and the Uber comes out main onto the Soldier. He flashes once. The better Uber comes out from the Hovercrabs, and they should be able to hold it. Sammy is about to come up. He should be on Heavy again. Yeah, the Heavy comes out, and he's going to be able to just jump down and shoot everybody around him. But the rest of his team goes down as they're not getting any heals off Medic. And 68, 2 HP. Oh, the Medic finally goes down, Dicker. And now they're just going to clean everything up and walk onto this point. The Heavy
Down is still alive.
Sammy is not letting him.
That was well played from the Soldiers originally from 425. They did some really good work. They shot the same people. They even got the Medic, I believe, at the start. But they didn't really think about the point, it seemed. They didn't really think about what was going to get them the point, and they picked some things around there. They got a Medic pick. They tunnel visioned that. But then as soon as that ended, they just didn't manage to get the point. They just didn't manage to have any room to get on it. And obviously went down, which means now it's going to be equal again, basically.
You know, it seemed to me that by the time they actually thought about focusing the point, they had forgotten to press tab and noticed that the Heavy was up.
Yeah.
And then the Heavy was just able to walk around again and just shoot them all on the point and take over. But the Uber is going to be received by 425, and they're going to send their roamer in to get some cap time. As the crits comes out, I totally missed that.
So did I.
Great crits comes out, Gallant. Ordinator goes down, and they get the cap time from that nice roamer play. Jumping in 3-0 in favor of 425. How did I miss the crits?
I can't believe it. I can't believe it. I've been looking for crits this whole time, and then all of a sudden we both missed it. Jesus. What kind of casters are we, Sean? Jeez.
We are the worst.
We are terrible. What?
I like that play. I'm going to look at Death again on this mid. Death is going to roll out the house again. He takes an early sticky from Mort, and he thinks about those scouts coming, and they're playing their... 425 wants to set up on their train side and get some nice stickies for some fortification here. And now the pills are going to be rained out. Just probably reload his stickies and get more damage onto the point, but Mort and Sammy go down a little late in the mid-fight for the Hovercrabs. And then everybody else is just going to play their heals and take everybody out. So this mid-fight's going to go to 425.
by a landslide it seems, because Spicy's on 8 HP, he's going to go down, and so is Ordinator. Well played from both MSH and Def to just pick off the remaining players there. I feel really sorry for Sid there. I watched him after the initial mid-fight. I watched Death for a little bit, but he walked into the medic and he hit some shots, but he wasn't really able to finish him off, the medic. He got him down to, like, I think it was 14 HP or even less earlier on. They're actually going to push into last now. Mort is the only one really on top right, and they're going to try and backcap, but it doesn't seem like they really have anyone to block the point, so they're just going to, on 425, they're going to try and get on the point. They're going to lose 3 people already, 4 people now. Really well played from Spicy there, getting a couple of picks there. Ordinator getting another pick onto MSH rather. Sammy does go down at the end from come down, but it doesn't really look bad at all for Hovercrabs. They played really well. That was just out DMing completely, and 425 just thinking, oh, let's jump on the point and not really think about what's going to happen, and then just got absolutely destroyed, it seems.
Yeah. You know, I don't think I've seen a roamer bomb come into this game yet. A lot of the roamers jumping into the last point to get cap time early and then focus the point, but I think it might be best at this point for 425 to just opt to not go top left ever again. They're not really being successful with these. The Hovercrabs try to get into the choke. Sid goes down, Ordinator goes down, the Uber is forced by the Sniper Yangpai just staring him down, terrifying these people.
Not even a bit of cap time here.
Spicy comes in, he's the sniper, takes him down, and now 425 is stuck out in trash. They're going to back out, back left side, go up top lobby, and they're going to get their Uber. Do have the Uber advantage as the cap goes to the Hovercrabs here, this Spire. And we're going to see probably 425 try to push out with this massive Uber advantage from last. And with this heavy, maybe they're saying, no, we're just going to wait. Or maybe they're going to cue some Russian aggression with this big old Russian man pushing out invulnerably. And they get Sid, so looks like they're going to push out the lobby right. The Hovercrabs are set up kind of in the trash area to maybe get a force and back out at the same time. And MSH are shooting at each other a little. But the damage kind of goes in favor of the Hovercrabs. And everybody else is going to be able to push out uncontested. The demo bomb coming out from Death. And the Uber is forced by Hovercrabs onto 425. And nothing is really going to come from this Uber other than the fact that they cap Spire. The Uber comes back in from the Hovercrab. They're going to get some nice frags with this. MSH, Dicker, Smoke Weed. I don't know his name. Go down. But Death gets Gallon. And I don't know who's winning this fight, but
everyone's
like the
wiping
Hovercrabs are winning.
The
Hovercrabs are going to take Spire.
They kind of beefed it at first, but they did get out with their Uber and they pushed straight back in as soon as they forced the Uber, so that was really well played from them. Death did well to jump in and try and force the Uber and force them out in the first place to get the point, but then it seemed his team didn't really back him up enough for them to stay out. It's a really nice rocket from Sammy there to take down Yangpai and MSH actually.
That was good, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was a really nice rocket. But yeah, they didn't really force them out properly, and they didn't force their Uber either, which meant Gallant was just able to pull out and push back in and just win the point there. It looked like it was going to go 425's favour, but then some really nice DM skills from Hovercrabs just won them the Spire. They only have they don't really have an advantage anymore. It's exactly the same. Actually, Kritzkrieg from Hovercrabs right now, which I've just finally noticed. So they're going to probably push from either main or top. If I was them, I would try and go main with the Demo Man, but it seems like
looks like they're going to top counter.
Yeah, looks like they really want to do that. Mort's actually going main now, thank God for that. And they're just going to walk into a heavy with Uber. They let them get Uber. It took way too long for them to do that. Some nice damage from Mort and a really nice pipe to finish off Anak, but it wasn't enough. They're going to lose 3 or 4 people actually now.
But look at that soldier, look at the soldier, he's on the demo. He's the medic, he's going to maybe take them both out. He takes out Death, but... Oh my God.
He got it, he gets him.
Dicker goes down, he does everything. He just played the game.
Going
Sid walks in, he's going to get some nice meat shots in the heavy, he takes him down, and he caps the point. 3-1. 425 over the Hovercrabs. That was really a great play. You want to take this mid, Connor?
Sure,
my voice hurts a little bit, you know what I'm saying?
No worries, man. I'm going to watch Come Down on this mid, who's smoke weed every day. I think he's the roamer as far as I know. Or at least, if he's not, then I'm completely retarded. But he's going through the house at the moment. Looks like he's going to just jump over and counter jump the soldier that's bombing. He's doing a lot of damage onto him. Manak actually takes him down. He's looking to bomb back up. He's actually bombing back up. Gets completely airshot by whoever that soldier was. Ordinator takes him down, but then he craters as well. Well played from 425 there, to be honest. They're playing a really good mid, and so did Come Down, but he actually got destroyed by Ordinator. I'd feel kind of bad if I was him. The crits coming out from Gallant right now, he's taken down only a couple of people, no one with the actual crits yet, and MSH just walks in and kills the Demon with no problems whatsoever. Looks like he's going to do exactly the same to the Medic as well, which means they have a 90% Uber advantage now. They don't have a Demo Man or a Soldier up, and MSH does actually just go down, but it shouldn't really be a problem with their spawners coming in. They should be fine. They're just going to push in.
Yeah, they're trying to get in the last, and they actually do. But
they don't get the last. That was just the time.
They don't have to get in there because the timer actually goes down. That was
John, you actually just started counting down to me there, and I got so confused at what you were counting down to. My bad. Yeah, well, that was well played. I'm glad it wasn't that much of a roll, to be honest. It was heavily in 425's favor, to be honest, but I do feel like it was a lot closer than I personally expected at the start. So, well played to 420.